5 life-changing books you wish you read when you were younger. Those novels that everyone keeps bringing up, do you recognize them? You're well aware of what I'm talking about. These books are filled with a wealth of information and insight. Failure to have at least one of these in your house is virtually considered a sin. Some books may teach us so much about the human condition and life in general that they will simplify our interactions, love, and relationships, and as a result, will enhance our lives in the long term. When we want to escape from the harsh reality of our existence, we turn to books for comfort and distraction. Now and again, we encounter a book that forces us to step out of our safe cocoon and into the world. We are compelled to analyze our viewpoints by reading a book, and the experience profoundly impacts us. They are rare, but once found, when it comes to novels that affect people's lives, they are virtually difficult to forget. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at the 5 life-changing books you wish you read when you were younger. Yeah, you heard it right, so let's start our video. Number 1. Collected Maxims and Other Reflections by La Rochefoucauld. La Rochefoucauld's brief and precise description of human condition will not be quickly forgotten. His words have influenced many others, including Nietzsche, Voltaire, Proust, de Gaulle, and Arthur Conan Doyle. A good way for the reader to approach this is to pretend that none of these maxims are addressed to him, and that he stands as one exception to every rule. As suggested by Rochefoucauld, I promise he will be the first to sign up for them after that. Number 2. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Even though I have not yet finished reading this book in its entirety, I've gone through it and read all of its regulations. I have broken every law and regulation in the book. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Rule number 1, never take precedence over the master. The second and third rules are built upon this foundation. Working for a corporation, I had direct access to the company's chairman and CEO. My greatest attempts to demonstrate my abilities and capabilities failed miserably at every stage of the process. According to an old proverb, if you can make your managers seem wiser than they are, you will rise to the top of the corporate ladder. Having read this book earlier in my professional life, I would have found it very valuable to me at the time. Number 3. Xenophon's Cyrus the Great, The Arts of Leadership and War by Xenophon. When I finally finished reading this book, it had already been sitting on my bookshelf for over a year. An illustrated biography of Cyrus the Great, also known as Cyrus the Elder, is credited with issuing the world's first known declaration of human rights. The book is chock full of leadership lessons to be learned. Here's an example of what I mean. The spirit of command is brevity, says the commander. A leader who speaks too much demonstrates that they are desperate. Speak first, firmly, and directly, and frame your objectives so that no one can argue with them. Then you may continue. Number 4. Letters from a Self-Made Merchant to His Son. This no-nonsense collection of 20 letters from a self-made man to his son is, in my view, nothing short of spectacular. A good example of timeless knowledge may be found here. Although the overriding issues is how to raise your children in a world of wealth, the concepts apply to both parents and non-parents in equal measure. Number 5. Models of My Life by Herbert Simon. In this memoir of a Nobel Prize winner, a remarkable polymath, Herbert A. Simon, ought to be more recognized than he currently is. He is a rare generalist in an age of increasing speculation, applying the knowledge he obtained as a scientist to other aspects of his personal and professional life. He found himself at a crossroads of disciplines, at the nexus of information sciences. As he put it, Nobel Prize winner for his idea of bounded rationality. His most famous remark is, "A richness of information generates a poverty of attention," which is undoubtedly his most famous quote. It's very vital to read. The utilization of distance learning is not only an excellent technique for filling the gaps left by formal education, but it is also an effective method of personal growth. Reading on its own, on the other hand, is not sufficient. What you read and how you utilize what you read are important choices. If you want to join in an argument, but doing so will not help you think in a new way, you will always be a one-legged person in a kicking battle with your adversary if you cannot think for yourself in any situation. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comment section how today's video was. I really hope that you found this one interesting. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing for more. And don't forget to provide us with your valuable feedback. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable celebrities, facts, and stories. And until then, stay tuned.